My girlfriend's single friends convinced her to fake a breakup as a loyalty test. She thought it would make me fight harder for her. Instead, I walked away for good. I'm 29, male, and work in commercial real estate, now running my own brokerage, Thompson Commercial Properties. My ex-girlfriend, Chloe, 26, and I dated for 3.5 years, living together for the last 8 months. I grew up poor in rural Oklahoma, the first in my family to graduate college, and now earn around $280,000 annually. Chloe worked as a marketing coordinator, making $38,000. I covered 65% of our shared expenses, including our 150-month apartment, which felt fair given our income disparity. My family, parents Linda and Mike and sister Brittany, live in the same trailer park where I grew up. They saw me as their financial savior, especially after I started dating Chloe, whose parents own a successful dental practice. My family was obsessed with her wealth, constantly pushing me to lock her down for their benefit. Their calls always turned into requests for money, which was exhausting. Chloe and I had a stable, comfortable relationship. We had routines, I'd make coffee, we'd meal prep on Sundays, and enjoy lazy weekends together. But Chloe's single friends, Amber, Tessa, and Morgan, changed everything. These women, bitter from their own failed relationships, convinced Chloe our predictable life was a problem. Amber's ex cheated, Tessa's husband left her broke, and Morgan sabotaged every relationship. They filled Chloe's head with ideas that I was too comfortable and needed a push to propose. For 2 months, Chloe acted strangely, hinting she was missing out on her 20s. She'd make comments about our routine life, wistfully eyeing her friends' single lifestyles on social media. She'd send me articles about quarter-life crises and talk about traveling alone to find herself. I thought she was stressed about work, so I offered support, even suggesting we cut expenses if she lost her job. But her comments grew sharper, questioning if she'd settled too young. One evening, Chloe dropped a bombshell. Crying, she said she needed a month-long break to rediscover herself. Not a breakup, but space to reflect. She'd already planned to get a studio apartment and framed it as a mature step for our future. Devastated, I agreed, moving into my friend Jake's spare room for $650 a month while still paying my share of our apartment's rent. My family was no help. Mom panicked about losing Chloe's wealthy connections, Dad suggested lavish gifts, and Brittany pushed me to propose to secure her financial help. The next 3 weeks were torture. I struggled at work, missing client calls and making mistakes, while Chloe thrived, posting carefree photos with her friends at restaurants and events. Her captions about rediscovering herself contrasted with my misery. She sent mixed signals, nostalgic texts about our past, followed by posts of her independent life, keeping me emotionally off balance. I lost 15 pounds, barely eating, obsessed with her social media, trying to decode her feelings. Then Amber, racked with guilt, called me. She confessed the break was a fake, orchestrated by Chloe's friends to manipulate me into proposing. They'd scripted Chloe's words, planned her social media posts, and monitored my reactions like a psychological experiment. They believed creating urgency would push me to commit. Amber, seeing my distress, couldn't handle the guilt after a fight with Morgan, who accused Chloe of enjoying the manipulation too much. Furious, I confronted Chloe when she visited with cookies, feigning concern. She initially denied it, but crumbled when I cited Amber's details. She admitted her friends convinced her I was taking her for granted, using relationship psychology articles to justify the plan. She claimed she didn't mean to hurt me and wanted to end the charade, but her attempt to spin it as a relationship breakthrough enraged me further. She'd watched me suffer for 3 weeks knowing it was fake, while treating my pain as entertainment. I ended things permanently. Her tears and promises, therapy, cutting off her friends, starting fresh, couldn't undo the betrayal. I couldn't trust her again, knowing she was capable of such deception. Love doesn't involve calculated emotional abuse. I moved into a new $100 a month apartment, blocked Chloe, and ignored her friends' pathetic attempts to reconnect. My family, still focused on her wealth, urged me to forgive her, but I shut them down. The experience sharpened my instincts. I threw myself into work, opening my brokerage. Despite a tough first year at $73,000, I hit $140,000 by year 2 and $180,000 by year 3, with 2 agents under me. Now I earn $280,000, own a $340,000 house, drive a BMW, and am engaged to Sarah, a real estate attorney. Life is great. Chloe's life, however, collapsed. She lost her job, moved back with her parents, and faced constant criticism for throwing me away. Her friends group imploded, and she's now working part-time at a mall, earning barely above minimum wage with $8,000 in debt and no car. Amber, Tessa, and Morgan, struggling financially, reached out for jobs or, in Morgan's case, a date, acting like their manipulation never happened. I ignored them, responding only to Chloe's job request with a polite but firm rejection. My family, sensing my success, tried reconnecting, but I set boundaries, refusing to be their ATM. Word spread about my professionalism and Chloe's scheme boosting my reputation while hers tanked. The irony? Her plan to manipulate me into commitment backfired spectacularly, leaving her desperate while I built a thriving life without her.